से घर खरीदेंगे, लोन नहीं लेंगे.
That is the biggest risk one can take.
Yeah, people feel that loan is a negative word. Mutual fund, stocks, जुआ खेलना नहीं है.
सबसे बड़ा जुआ.
तो ये सही है कि गलत? पर ऐसी एक गलती हमने भी करी थी.
हमने बहुत सारी गलतियां करी हैं.
तो लोगों को यही तो गलत लगता है ना कि रियल एस्टेट
वो लाइबिलिटी नहीं है.
इतना हेवीली की बहुत ही हेवी पड़ा वो हमें. मतलब पप्पा के पैसे तो ठीक है, लेकिन अपने पैसे से. Hello everyone, welcome back to Brunch with BK. I am super excited to be back here और आज हमारे साथ हैं मेरे फेवरेट गेस्ट जो हमेशा ब्रंच विद बीके के लिए अवेलेबल होते हैं और आज हमारे साथ फिर से अपनी नॉलेज शेयर करने आए हैं. वेलकम आदित्य.
Thank you, Bhavya. Thank you for having me over once again. I'd like to start with congratulating you. What a great initiative you've taken. I think your program is adding so much value and you are giving out so much information, useful information to your viewers. It's fantastic. Please keep up the good work.
Thank you. And without further ado, I want to tell everyone that today we are going to talk about real estate exclusively. I know in our last podcast we spoke about real estate for a little bit, but we want to talk about it exclusively because it is something that concerns everybody, whether they realize it or not. और यहीं से हमारा पहला सवाल शुरू होता है कि रियल एस्टेट क्या है.
तो आपके सवाल बहुत अच्छा है कि वी आर एसोसिएटेड विद रियल एस्टेट फ्रॉम द टाइम वी आर बोर्न. आप देखोगे कि पीपल डोंट रियलाइज, लेकिन जब वो पैदा होते हैं, चाहे घर में चाहे हॉस्पिटल में, वो एक रियल एस्टेट है. जहाँ वो बड़े होते हैं, घर हो, फ्लैट हो, फार्म हो, वो एक रियल एस्टेट है. तो रियल एस्टेट हम चाहें ना चाहें, वेदर वी रियलाइज और वी डोंट रियलाइज, वी आर एसोसिएटेड विद रियल एस्टेट राइट फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग. लोग कहते हैं कि रियल एस्टेट कैसे डिफाइन करेंगे रियल एस्टेट को. तो रियल एस्टेट को डिफाइन करने का बड़ा आसान तरीका है. रियल एस्टेट की बहुत सारी कैटेगरीज हैं. जहां हम इस वक्त बैठे हुए हैं वो एक रेजिडेंशियल रियल एस्टेट है. जहां हम काम करने जाते हैं वो एक कमर्शियल रियल एस्टेट है. जहां पे लोग बैठ के ऑफिस में काम करते हैं वो ऑफिस स्पेस है, वो भी रियल एस्टेट है.
That was a brilliant insight into real estate. I had never thought of it with this angle that yes, everything around us is real estate.
Absolutely.
And we are associated with it. But let's come to the point of buying, selling and owning real estate. Especially in India, there is this obsession with owning a piece of land, owning your own house, owning your own flat. और इंसान की जो पूरी मेहनत होती है वो उसी तरफ होती है कि मैं कैसे अपना एक घर खरीद लूं या कैसे एक लैंड खरीद लूं या कुछ लोग कैसे मैं इनहेरिट कर लूं ये घर किसी से. तो why are we so obsessed with it? तो ये सही है कि गलत?
सही है कि गलत? There is no easy answer to this. See, you have to see when you buy real estate or when people are so obsessed with real estate has been taught to us. Like I told you, जब से हम पैदा होते हैं तब से हम रियल एस्टेट से एसोसिएटेड हैं. हमें शुरू से बताया जाता है कि जब हम whenever we start earning, let's say there's a 25-26 years old guy today who started earning, तो उसके पेरेंट्स पहली चीज उसको क्या बोलते हैं?
घर. कि
अब तुम्हारी नौकरी लग गई है तो तुम एक घर खरीद लो. While there is absolutely nothing wrong in trying to buy real estate, I only have a problem with prioritizing real estate. It should be on your list, but should it be number 1 on your list or should it be number 2 on your list? That depends on various factors. ये हो सकता है कि आपकी एज क्या है, आप किस तरह के बैकग्राउंड से आते हैं. Are you coming from a family of a privileged family? Are you starting up? Are you the first person in your generation who's trying to create wealth? बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं. अगर ये डिफाइन कर सकें हम, तो हम ये डिफाइन कर सकेंगे कि हमें किस स्टेज पे और किस एज पे रियल एस्टेट खरीदना चाहिए.
तो कहीं ना कहीं वेल्थ और रियल एस्टेट जो कि अलग कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं, लोगों के दिमाग में मिंगल हो गए हैं and they are associating a house to be wealth, right?
You're right.
But it is wealth. A house has value.
Absolutely no doubt about it. But you have to understand that what exactly is wealth. Wealth is supposed to be coming inside your pocket, right? Not going outside your pocket. So what happens when you buy a house? When you start living in that house after buying it, let's say you've bought a house and you've taken a loan and you bought a house, a big one or a small one, doesn't matter. Every month you're going to be paying for it, for its maintenance. Of course, we're not even getting into the EMI part, which is going to be a substantial part of your salary. तो आप उसकी EMI देंगे, आप उसकी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी देंगे, आप उसका मेंटेनेंस देंगे, आप जिस भी कॉन्डोमिनियम में रह रहे हैं उसका मेंटेनेंस देंगे. Now there's a very clear definition of what asset is and what liabilities are. An asset is supposed to be putting money inside your pocket, and a liability is going to take money out of your pocket. Let's be very clear about this. So while I say that house may be important and it is important for a lot of people, at what stage you buy a house becomes the most important thing, which is what I see people get wrong. They are so obsessed with buying the house so early in their life that they are tying themselves, अपने आप के लिए वो एक इतनी बड़ी लाइबिलिटी क्रिएट कर रहे हैं, और वो 15, 20, 25 साल की लाइबिलिटी है. आप अगर 25 साल पे या 30 साल पे काम करना स्टार्ट करते हैं, 60 साल तक काम करेंगे, उसमें से 25 साल तो आप ईएमआई देने वाले हैं. तो आप कैसे बाकी चीजें प्लान करेंगे अगर आप इतनी hefty EMI देने वाले हैं? I don't get that, and that is the thing I have a problem with.
So it's just the idea of owning a property and the idea कि ओ मैं अमीर हूँ, लेकिन actually अगर आपने EMI पे कोई घर लिया है या कोई भी स्पेस ली है, तो वो आपको immediately अमीर नहीं बना सकता.
इसको समझने के लिए we'll have to go back to the 1980s. Now what happened in the 1980s? The big American dream started.
The big American dream,
okay?
Yes.
Indian students started going to the United States and started doing very well. The banks came up with an idea. They started selling the big American dream. And what the big American dream included was a big house and a big car. When you have a big house, उस portico में एक big car होनी चाहिए. We'll start with the house, since we are talking about real estate. Now banks could not sell you money. वो पैसे को नहीं बेच सकते थे आपके पास कि लीजिए हमसे पैसा खरीद लीजिए. तो उनको एक प्रोडक्ट क्रिएट करना था. प्रोडक्ट क्या था? Real estate. Their definition of real estate was the moment you start doing well, you buy a house. आप हमारे पास आइए, हम आपको पैसे देते हैं, आप जाके एक बड़ा सा घर खरीद लीजिए, उतना बड़ा खरीद लीजिए जो आपको चाहिए भी नहीं. So if there is a family which needed 2 bedroom, they went ahead and bought a 4 bedroom house. जिसको 4 चाहिए था वो 6 ले रहा था, और जिसको 6 चाहिए था.
सेम चीज हो रही है.
Absolutely, no, it's still happening in India also.
Loan rates are so low.
Yes.
2-3% पे होम लोन मिलता है, तो ऑस्ट्रेलियंस के पास 2 लोगों के पास 4 बेडरूम का घर है.
Australia, Dubai, there are so many places where borrowing money has become very cheap, and supposedly the customers were happy without even realizing the trap they are getting themselves into. और वो ट्रैप क्या था कि उन्होंने अभी तो पैसा बोरो कर लिया और उन्होंने घर ले लिया, लेकिन अब वो अगले 25 साल 30 साल तक उसकी EMI देते रहेंगे, और उससे होगा क्या कि they'll always be under pressure for the next 30 years. 30 साल तक अंडर प्रेशर रहना मुझे नहीं लगता कि ये एक अच्छी लाइफ है.
पर ऐसी एक गलती हमने भी करी थी.
हमने बहुत सारी गलतियां करी हैं.
And why not? I mean, if people can learn from our mistake, then I think we should.
But isn't that the idea? The
that
idea
is the idea. So
to,
would you like to tell about that? Because
yeah, absolutely. So this happened around the time we were due to get married, and आपने कहा आप गोमती नगर में नहीं रहना चाहती हैं. Then I, of course,
मैं उस पुराने dilapidated घर में नहीं रहना चाहती हूँ. Don't blame an area.
No, I'm not blaming an area.
Okay.
Even though I love Gomti Nagar and I love all parts of Lucknow. So yes, I went to my father. And of course, you and I both did not have any money back then, and I requested him, if he can buy a new house, if you don't mind. He was kind enough, loved me enough, and you enough to say yes. Okay, fine. You look for a house, and we'll buy it. और हमने वो घर खरीदा. आज हम जहाँ बैठे हुए हैं वो घर उन्होंने खरीदा, और अब हमें लगता है with the passage of time now we realize कि जो appreciation बाकी जगह पे हो सकता था और जो appreciation real estate में हुआ, और I'm not trying to say that appreciation नहीं हुआ, लेकिन वो appreciation in relative terms हम measure करना चाहते हैं. तो obviously वो एक गलत decision था.
Real estate or your house is a place where you are living, where your lifestyle is taking place, your family is there with you. So a lot of people also do it with the intention of living a good lifestyle, because they picture themselves living in that 4-bedroom penthouse or a huge house with a garden or a pool. So what about that? If they don't buy the house, how will they get that lifestyle?
Let me ask you a counter question. You're living in this house. You're happy in this house. You have your family, which is also very happy. कोई फर्क पड़ता अगर आपने ये घर रेंट पे लिया होता? Would your life have been any different from what it is today?
Mentally शायद फर्क पड़ता.
नहीं तो आपके घर पे
मुझे बहुत सारे चेंजेस जो करने होते हैं वो मैं ना कर पाती.
आपके घर पे जब कोई आता है तो आपसे पूछता है कि अपनी रजिस्ट्री दिखाओ. हाँ, हमारी टीम आई हुई है अभी, the very talented team standing. Have they ever asked you कि हम आपके घर तब आएंगे, पहले आप हमें रजिस्ट्री दिखाओ, नाम किसका है? नेम प्लेट तो आपकी वैसे भी बाहर होती अगर ये रेंटेड होता. अब नहीं है तब भी आपकी नेम प्लेट है, होता तब भी नेम प्लेट आप ही की होती, और आपके पास एक लिबर्टी होती कि अगर आपको लगता है कि हमें ये घर चेंज कर देना चाहिए या कहीं किसी और एरिया में चला
किसी
जाना
और
चाहिए,
एरिया में रहना चाहिए.
so
Yes.
I think without batting an eyelid, आप
Yeah,
अपना
I
rent,
think having your own house keeps you stuck in a place, and you can't think beyond that because then your money is stuck there and everything is there.
I
So
have seen so many people being obsessed with their houses.
absolutely.
Okay, it just turns out to be the biggest asset they own. They are obsessed with it. There are friction in the family. There is friction in the family when you have more than one child, and when children grow up and they usually, very unfortunate, they start fighting over a house or over the
ये तो
property.
बहुत कॉमन है
बहुत
हमारे
common चीज है.
इंडिया में.
तो I'm not trying to blame real estate for it because real estate has got nothing to do with this. Real estate ने नहीं कहा है कि आप मेरे लिए लड़िए.
The obsession with real estate is the problem, not the real estate itself.
The problem is much deeper than that. But anyway, we'll again stick to what is right and what is wrong. While I don't have any problem with people buying their real estate, my only concern is कि आप real estate कब खरीदते हो is the point. You see, when you start earning and when you start working, what exactly are you trying to achieve? पहले तो आप अपना मोटिव क्लियर करिए. आपका मोटिव है कि आप काम करिए और अपने लिए वेल्थ क्रिएट करिए. वेल्थ क्रिएट करने के लिए आपके पास लायबिलिटी शुरू में कम होनी चाहिए और एसेट ज्यादा.
तो लोगों को यही तो गलत लगता है ना कि रियल एस्टेट इज द वे टू क्रिएट वेल्थ.
ऑन द कॉन्ट्री,
क्योंकि मुझे भी ऐसा ही लगता था.
On the contrary, real estate, if you buy too early in life, is the surest way to make sure that you are never going to grow
You're
rich.
always in debt. A house in Goa, which is very dear to us, but now since it's already 8 years and we don't live there, the kind of maintenance it requires, I mean, you have to fly twice a year to Goa to sort of sort things out. We have to keep a permanent caretaker over there. Apart from the EMI that we are paying, कभी वो रेंट पे उठता है, कभी नहीं उठता है. We have to, that's our luck. So you are right. I mean, I agree because I have lived through that and I realized that okay, शुरू में ये एक thought था कि ओ वाह गोवा में मेरा घर होगा, लेकिन वो जो एक्साइटमेंट था वो तो 1-1.5 साल में चला गया और अब जो वो है वो सिर्फ एक लाइबिलिटी है जो हमें मेंटेन करनी पड़ रही है.
I'd like to correct you there. वो लाइबिलिटी नहीं है and I'll tell you why that is not a liability.
Because it's paying for itself.
Yes.
That one is paying for itself.
And how is it paying for itself? Now, we've had it on Airbnb for the longest time. After Corona, we didn't want to give it on Airbnb and we decided to give it on long term, even though the returns were a little lesser. It is still paying for its own EMI. Whatever the bank EMI is, it's still paying.
It's not a liability really because it's paying.
It is every month putting some money after paying for its EMI. It is still putting some money in your pocket. So it is an asset. गलती हमने करी कि जिस घर में हम आज यहाँ रहते हैं वो हमने खरीदा. अच्छी बात हमने ये करी कि जो घर हमने कहीं और खरीदा उसमें हम रहते नहीं है. ठीक है. जबकि वो हमने लोन पे लिया, उसकी तो हमारी EMI भी है. अब अच्छी बात उसमें हमने ये करी कि हमने उसको रेंट पे दिया, अच्छी जगह पे खरीदा, अच्छी तरह से मेंटेन किया, अच्छे इंटीरियर्स कराए ताकि उसकी एक जो रेंटल कैपेबिलिटी है वो काफी हाई हो जाए. वो हाई हो गई, लोगों को पसंद आई, लोग वहां आके रहते हैं, उस पे उसका हमें एक मंथली रिटर्न मिलता है, उससे उसकी EMI पे होती है. कैपिटल अप्रिसिएशन जो भी हो रही है गोवा में, आई एम नॉट वेरी श्योर, 8-10% जो भी चल रही है इस वक्त वो चल रही है. और कल को अगर हमें वो घर बेचना हो तो हमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी क्योंकि हमें सिर्फ अपने टेनेंट को 2 महीने का नोटिस देना है, उनसे खाली करवाना है और हम उसको बेच सकते हैं. हमें लोन क्लियर करना है और वो जो भी अप्रिसिएशन ओवर एंड अबव द वैल्यू जो हमने बोरो करी थी वो हमारी हो गई, वो हमारा प्रॉफिट हो गया. सो द ओनली वे टू मेक मनी इन रियल एस्टेट, और ये मैं आपके ऑडियंस के लिए फिर रिपीट करना चाहूंगा, द ओनली वे टू मेक मनी इन रियल एस्टेट इज टू यूज डेट. अगर आप डेट अच्छी तरह से यूज करते हो और रियल एस्टेट को खरीदते हो खुद के रहने के लिए नहीं लेकिन लेट आउट करने के लिए, तब एक्चुअली उसको एसेट बनाते हो, सिर्फ बोलते नहीं.
को भी तो लोग बहुत नेगेटिवली लेते हैं. अपने पैसे से घर खरीदेंगे, लोन नहीं लेंगे, अपने पैसे से गाड़ी लेंगे, लोन पे गाड़ी नहीं लेंगे. लोग डेट को यूज ही नहीं करते हैं. I have seen this with a lot of people. They will use the money that they have in their banks to buy a car or to buy a house or anything, even a holiday or whatever. But they will not take a loan because somewhere it just hurts their ego कि हम लोन पे नहीं काम करते हैं. तो
Okay, so you mean to say that it's a little bit of a negative word?
Yeah, people feel that loan is a negative word.
Okay.
हम लेंगे नहीं किसी से पैसे.
Okay, so
I mean, they feel borrowing from the banks against your own properties or your own assets is equal to borrowing from your neighbor somehow. Because that is something I agree. I wouldn't borrow from a person. but somehow people just equate it in the same way.
So let's start from the beginning. पहले तो बोरो आप करने के लिए आपकी कैपेबिलिटी होनी चाहिए. You can't just go to a bank and say मेरे को पैसे चाहिए और वो आपको उठा के पैसे दे देगा. वो आपकी क्रेडिट रेटिंग क्रेडिबिलिटी चेक करेगा. आपकी क्रेडिट रेटिंग और क्रेडिट क्रेडिबिलिटी कैसे आती है? They check your long history. They're going to see the last 2 years, last 3 years, last 5 years. What are you drawing? How much are you making? अगर आपके क्रेडिट कार्ड के पेमेंट्स हैं वो आप टाइम पे दे रहे हो कि नहीं दे रहे हो, अगर आपकी कोई बाकी ईएमआई चल रही है वो आप टाइम पे उससे आपकी क्रेडिबिलिटी बढ़ती है, जिसे हम क्रेडिट स्कोर कहते हैं.
राइट.
ठीक है. तो अगर आपको बैंक पैसे देने के लिए तैयार है, दैट इटसेल्फ इज अ वेरी गुड थिंग दैट यू हैव टू थिंग्स इन लाइफ व्हिच इज डिसिप्लिन एंड कंसिस्टेंसी. क्योंकि अगर आपके पास डिसिप्लिन और कंसिस्टेंसी नहीं है और आप रेगुलर इनकम कमा नहीं रहे हो, आप अपने जितने भी आपको अपनी ईएमआई देनी है टाइम पे, क्रेडिट कार्ड के जो पेमेंट्स हैं और बाकी जो आपने बोरोइंग की हुई है वो अगर आप टाइम पे नहीं दे पा रहे हो तो बैंक्स आपको वैसे भी पैसे नहीं देने वाला.
हाँ.
तो द फैक्ट दैट बैंक हैज डिसाइडेड टू गिव यू सम मनी इज इटसेल्फ अ कॉम्प्लीमेंट. नंबर 1. सो लेट्स have this part clear. Coming back to why should we borrow and why should we not use our own money? I'll give you a very small example and I'll try and explain it in the simplest of ways. Supposing there is a house which costs 100 rupees for calculation purposes. Easy understanding. You have 100 rupees in your pocket and you can go and buy that house today. Should you invest that 100 rupees and buy a house and start living in it? There is option number 1. Or option number 2, that you want to use some money from your pocket to buy that house. The balance you want to take from the bank. Option number 2. What do we do now? We have 100 rupees in our pocket. But we go to a bank and say,
And
sir,
we still borrow.
I like this property. ये 100 रुपए की है. आप मुझे कितना बोरो करने दोगे?
कितना दे सकते हो?
कितना दे सकते हो?
True.
वो मेरे पेपर वर्क देखते हैं, वो मेरे क्रेडेंशियल्स देखते हैं, फाइनेंशियल्स देखते हैं और मुझे कहते हैं कि ठीक है जी, we'll give you 75 or 80 rupees. Let's assume they give us 80 rupees. We're very happy. We say, okay, fine. You give us 80 rupees. We put 20 rupees, 100 rupees. हो गई हमारी प्रॉपर्टी. अब वो 80 रुपए तो अभी भी मेरे जेब में पड़े हुए हैं ना, जो मैं
प्रॉपर्टी लेने वाला
था. अब वो 80 रुपए का मैं क्या करूंगा? उस 80 रुपए को मैं 40-40 करके या 20-20-20-20 करके इन्वेस्ट कर दूंगा. म्यूचुअल फंड के एक लार्ज कैप ले लूंगा, एक मिड कैप ले लूंगा, एक स्मॉल कैप ले लूंगा, मे बी आई इन्वेस्ट इन गोल्ड. एंड if you see the last 5 years, 10 years report and this thing findings, you will see that you are getting easily 12% minimum. 12% तो आपको मिलेगा even if you perform badly. Not trying to underline this 12%, but this is what the returns are. What are you borrowing at? 8.5%. तो borrowing at 8.5%. अब जब आपने बोरो किया, let's say आपने 15 साल के लिए बोरो किया, हर महीने जो आप EMI देते हो उससे आपका लोन अमाउंट कम हो रहा है. प्रॉपर्टी की जो वैल्यू है वो सीधे बढ़ रही है. हर महीने आपका लोन कम हो रहा है, हर महीने आपकी प्रॉपर्टी की वैल्यू बढ़ रही है. और जो आपने 80 रुपए इन्वेस्ट कर दिए हैं वो भी आपको 12% पे ग्रो कर रही है. 12% मतलब 12 6 72. 6 साल में वो 80 रुपए 6 साल में वो 80 रुपए 160 रुपए हो जाएंगे. 6 साल में यू विल डबल दैट मनी, राइट? सो यू आर डबलिंग दैट 80 रुपीज इनटू 160 रुपीज. You are only paying EMI on 80 rupees, which is 8.5%. You are getting the appreciation of the property and your loan every month is coming down. और 5 साल बाद अगर आपने वो प्रॉपर्टी बेच दी जो 100 रुपए की 150 रुपए की हो गई है, आपको तो सिर्फ 80 रुपए से माइनस जो आपने लोन दे दिया है वो देना है. बैलेंस आपका है. That is the way to buy any property.
So अगर एक यंग कपल को जिसने अभी लाइफ शुरू करी है या एक यंग इंसान को एक घर प्लान करना है, who is living in a metro at a decent package, तो कैसे प्लान करना चाहिए? You are saying that he shouldn't immediately go and buy a property and start that whole circle of paying EMI. How should he plan his own house?
अगर उनको रियल एस्टेट खरीदना है तो उनको डेट यूज करना पड़ेगा. डेट यूज करने के लिए अगर आप कह रहे हो कि एक मेट्रो में कोई रह रहा है, लेट्स से बैंगलोर, दिल्ली, पुणे, अगर 3 बेडरूम का वहाँ पे एक आपको अपार्टमेंट लेना है या 2 बेडरूम का, तो नथिंग इज कमिंग फॉर लेस देन 1.52 CR. एनी गुड प्रॉपर्टी इज नॉट लेस देन दैट. अगर आपको डेट यूज करना है तो आपको 20% खुद देना है. 2 करोड़ में 20% अगर खुद देना है तो 40 लाख पहले तो आपके पास होने चाहिए. अभी आपने खुद बोला कि अभी आपने कमाना शुरू किया है. अगर आपने अभी कमाना शुरू किया है तो 40 लाख रुपए या 50 लाख रुपए का कॉर्पस आपके पास अभी शायद हो ना. What do you have to do? You have to create that wealth first. So because you have started earning, what you do is you take a portion of your income and start investing it in various other instruments. It could be mutual funds. I would definitely advise mutual funds because that is the easiest way to create wealth. You can start with very little amount. You can go on for a long period of time and you are able to create something.
But then people say that why should we put all our eggs in one basket?
It's not one basket because within mutual funds, you have various categories. You have the large cap, you have the mid cap, you have the small cap, you have the flexi cap, you have debt funds.
How
You have-
difficult is it for a beginner to understand all this? Because
It's-
all these words sound so heavy and so, they just make a person feel very wary of entering the markets
When
and
you-
investing.
When you have a problem, when you have a stomach ache or a headache or any other problem in your body, who do you consult?
The doctor.
Similarly, you must have a good financial doctor for yourself. When you need to get fit, you consult a good trainer. You go to a gym. So there are professionals for everything. And because you do not have the time and the energy to do this on a daily basis, you always outsource certain things to professionals and leave it to them. I am not trying to say that leave it to them so blindly that you don't see
You
anything.
don't know what's happening, of
You
course.
keep a review. इतना तो सबको समझ में आता है when you're talking about a guy who's planning to buy a house or buy mutual funds, then I'm assuming they are minimum 25, 26 years of age. And when you are minimum 25, 26 years of age and you either become an engineer or a doctor or whatever, you've done your basic education. You should be able to see this. And you leave it to somebody who's...
म्यूचुअल फंड स्टॉक्स जुआ खेलना नहीं है. बिकॉज ये एक बहुत बड़ा मिथ है अगेन कि ये तो जुआ है. लोग असली में जुआ खेल लेते हैं लाखों का, लेकिन म्यूचुअल फंड्स में इन्वेस्ट नहीं करते ये कह के कि जुआ है.
मुझे तो लगता है कि म्यूचुअल फंड में इन्वेस्ट ना करना सबसे बड़ा जुआ है. मुझे लगता है कि अपनी जिंदगी में अपनी इन्वेस्टमेंट को प्लान ना करना early on in your life.
Risk, yes.
That is the biggest risk one can take. And of course, since we are talking about investment, I have to add that before you start anything, a small little statement I have to make that you always secure yourself and your family, because you don't know what happens in life. So you take a medical insurance and you take a term insurance, and only after that do you start anything else.
Talk about
And
the
since we spoke
term
of mutual,
insurance.
since you spoke of mutual funds as a responsible mutual fund distributor, I have to say that mutual fund investments are subject to market risk. And
Please read the offer document
please
carefully
read
before
the offer
investment.
documents carefully before
I've heard
investing.
that a lot of
and
times.
past performance
But-
is not a reflection of what happens in future,
future.
but it is still
But
one of the
here
best
I
ways.
would like to say one thing, that I was one of those financially illiterate people, absolutely illiterate. And that means that I was earning money, I was earning good money, but I was also spending all that money without realizing what is coming in and what is going out, without seeing that what I am living today will cost more 10 years later and more 20 years later, and my lifestyle is going to increase because, as you grow older, you have certain standards of living, how you travel. So I did not keep all that into account, and I was just blindly somehow imagining that this money is going to keep on coming. But thanks to Aditya and his intervention and his pursuit to understanding finances, he is a self-learned person, self-made person in the finance sector, and it's only with his guidance that I could actually understand that what I am doing and how I am living is not a very sustainable way to live. मुझे पता था कि मुझे ट्रैवल करना है, मुझे पता था कि मुझे अच्छी जगहों में रहना है, मुझे पता था कि मुझे अपने घर में इंटीरियर्स कराने हैं, अपने स्टूडियो में इंटीरियर्स कराने हैं, बट समहाउ वो सब कैसे होगा ये सब मुझे नहीं पता था. एंड दैट इज़ अ बिग मिस्टेक ऑन माई पार्ट. आई एम ऑल्सो स्टिल लर्निंग, बट वन थिंग आई हैव अंडरस्टूड very clearly is that if you don't have your finances planned, no matter what you're earning, I mean, we were running one of the most successful studios in the city. Even today we do that, and of course the numbers are big, but when you earn like that, you also start spending like that. And if there is no knowledge and if there is no planning, then things can really go haywire. So that's a little story that I wanted to share. और अगर आपको आज तक नहीं आता है, आप 40 साल के हैं, 45 साल के हैं, no problem, start learning now. It's never too late. Thank you.
Okay, so it's not your fault. Don't call it your fault. It is a problem with our education system.
Yeah.
When we are in school, we are not taught money management. We are not taught that when you start making money, we are taught go get a job. But what do you do with the money when you get a job is something that is not taught at all. It's not taught by our parents. Money matters are not spoken of very very freely. स्कूल में नहीं सिखाया जाता कि आप क्या करोगे, और ये गलती आपकी नहीं है, ये गलती एजुकेशन सिस्टम की है. आई हैव अ प्रॉब्लम विद दैट, एंड इट इज़ नाउ इन्फ्लुएंसर्स लाइक यू हु आर ब्रिंगिंग, यू एंड सो मेनी अदर्स लाइक यू, जो ये सब्जेक्ट को ओपनली डिस्कस करते हैं, बताते हैं, लोगों तक लेके जाते हैं, और लोग रियलाइज करते हैं. एंड आई एम श्योर नाउ पीपल विल स्टार्ट रियलाइजिंग.
नहीं कहने में कि मुझे कुछ नहीं आता, मैं सीख रही हूँ, मैं रोज कुछ ना कुछ सीखती हूँ.
जिस दिन आपने ये कह दिया कि आपको कुछ नहीं आता,
नहीं आता,
उस दिन आपकी लर्निंग स्टार्ट हो जाती है, बिकॉज यू आर एडमिटिंग टू द फैक्ट दैट लिसन देयर इज सो मच टू लर्न. द प्रॉब्लम इज विद पीपल हू थिंक दे नो एवरीथिंग and
they
because
don't ask and they don't
ask, and that is why I say that, you know, ask, find out, and read, observe. हम लोग भी कहाँ से सीख रहे हैं? किसी ना किसी से सीख रहे हैं.
Accept your mistake.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Take a step back and say, oh my God, I made that mistake. You know, people have this thing that they will never accept कि हमने ये गलती करी है, यार हमसे गलती हो गई, हमें बताओ. नहीं कर पाते.
Bhavya, let me tell you, there is no better time to make as many mistakes as possible in your 20s and early 30s.
True.
Because that is the time you can fall and rise again.
How much did we fall and get up? Oh my God. At that time when I was just 28, 29, you were like 33. We used to feel, यार अब तो जिंदगी खत्म हो गई, सब कुछ खत्म, पैसे ही नहीं बचे हमारे पास.
So that is the beauty that, you know, when you make these mistakes early on in life, you have so much time to learn from. As long as you are able to introspect and see where things have gone wrong, and there is no better learning than experience.
True.
And experience comes from very bad mistakes, and bad mistakes teach you what is to be done now that you have not done previously. It is as simple as that.
And for people to know, मैं एक इंसिडेंट बताना चाहूंगी. हमने सिल्वर में बहुत हेविली इन्वेस्ट किया था, इतना हेविली कि बहुत ही हेवी पड़ा वो हमें.
हमने इन्वेस्ट किया था, हमने उसके बारे में पढ़ाई नहीं करी थी, हमें नहीं पता था कि
गोल्ड, देखा वो चांदी ऊपर बढ़ रही है, खरीदते जाओ.
We did not understand what is averaging. We did not understand what gold to silver ratio is. We did not understand how silver gets affected and how gold gets affected. We did not understand how inflation, oil prices, geopolitical tensions will affect the metal sector. We did not understand all that. But the good part is that we made these mistakes so early in life that today we are able to read, understand, and then tread more carefully.
I would like to ask one very general question, which I think everybody is going to understand. How should a person create wealth? You have told us. How should a person own a house without falling into the debt?
So before I answer that, let me tell you that there is no one size fitting all. Like I said, if there is somebody who's taken up a job in, let's say, a big city like Bangalore or Delhi or Noida or Pune, and he comes from a family which is financially comfortable, and it doesn't matter, then, you know, they can buy not just one house and two houses, and it doesn't matter because the wealth has already been created. So you have to see who is coming from where. But if there is somebody, and this entire podcast is based for people who are just starting up and who do not come from a place of privilege. Okay, and they are,
मतलब पप्पा के पैसे तो ठीक है, लेकिन अपने पैसे से क्या कर रहे हो?
और there are you know, young people like you, for that matter, who say, okay, fine, whatever my parents have done is set aside. I am going to make a life of my own, and I am going to make my own money. So for them, there is, like I said in the beginning of the program, there is absolutely nothing wrong कि आप अपना घर खरीदना चाहते हो, लेकिन आप अपना घर कब खरीदना चाहते हो is the most important timeline to be followed. That timeline, I would say, अगर आपने 25-26 साल की आपकी उम्र है और आपने अभी काम करना शुरू किया है, आप अपना पैसा EMIs में और फिजूल खर्चे में मत डालो, बल्कि आप अपना जो EMI का अमाउंट था, अगर आपने उसका आधा भी फाइनेंशियल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स में डाल दिया. When I say financial instruments, I'm not trying to recommend you any one particular mutual fund, but there are so many. Assets. You can do your own homework, however you want to do it. अगर आपने उसमें डाल दिया, तो by the time you are 40, the kind of wealth you have already created is unimaginable. When you have that wealth, by the way, you can also get loan based on your mutual funds, and banks give you extra weightage, extra respect if you already have a corpus which is sizable. भगवान ना करे, गॉड फॉरबिड, आपकी नौकरी चली भी जाती है, तो आपके पास एक ऐसा एसेट क्रिएटेड है जो एट योर फिंगर टिप है. तो यू हैव टू सेल अ बटन and that mutual fund is converted into cash. ठीक है?
That is another disadvantage, I think, with real estate. If you want the money out of it, you have to, it's a very long process to get your money. Even if you have a great property in a very good location, doing very well, to get that money out, it's a tedious process. And if you want a chunk of that money, you can't like just say कि मैं एक bedroom बेच के कुछ पैसे ले लेता हूँ. Right, but with mutual funds or paper assets, you can just take out the amount of money that you require.
You've raised such an important part of this conversation that yes, liquidity is king. So it is a great morale booster.
कि कभी भी मुझे कितना भी अमाउंट में निकाल सकता
आप निकाल सकते हो. दूसरा, आपने बिल्कुल ठीक बोला कि आपको भी 10 लाख की जरूरत है. आप प्रॉपर्टी बेचने वाले हो 50 लाख की, क्योंकि आप उसमें से ये नहीं कह सकते कि मैं एक बेडरूम बेच देता हूँ या एक किचन बेच देता हूँ. यू हैव टू सेल द एंटायर प्रॉपर्टी. So mutual fund gives you that liberty that you will only sell the amount जो आपको जरूरत है, और बाकी का पैसा आपका फिर भी इन्वेस्टेड है और ग्रो होता रहेगा. बट कमिंग बैक टू रियल एस्टेट, जब आपने एक कॉर्पस बना लिया है, लेट्स से बाय 40, व्हाट डिफरेंस डज इट मेक? फ्रॉम 25 to 40 आप एक रेंटेड अपार्टमेंट में रह रहे हो. 40 के बाद आप खरीदो ना अपना घर, दो खरीद लो और बड़ा खरीद लो, एक हॉलिडे होम भी ले लो, लेकिन तब तक आपके पास एक क्रेडिबिलिटी होगी, आपके पास एक कॉर्पस होगा. See, what is wealth supposed to do for you? पहले तो हम ये समझें.
Give you the freedom of buying whatever you want.
You've answered the
whenever
question.
you want.
You've answered the most important question. The wealth that you create is supposed to give you options. What is the difference between a wealthy person and not so wealthy person? Options. एक आदमी जो वेट कर रहा है बस का, वो बस का वेट इसलिए कर रहा है क्योंकि उसके पास ऑप्शन नहीं है एक गाड़ी ऑर्डर करने की या एक ओला या उबर ऑर्डर करने की, because he feels that I can't spend the kind of money. But a guy who's waiting for a bus, if he's getting late, he'll like, forget this. मैं ऐप पे जाता हूँ, मैं अभी अपने लिए गाड़ी ऑर्डर कर लेता हूँ. It is about options. आपको जो करना है आप करो.
Before being a business owner, you were a salaried man for 11 years. That's where you started saving. I'd like to tell people, when Aditya and I got engaged, his salary was 25,000 rupees, which was nothing at that time also. 22,000.
But then the dollar went up.
We were very young and he was just starting, only 24 years old. So that's the starting in the merchant navy. And even that 22,000 rupees a month, he would save whatever he could. He made it into a sizable 2-3 lakhs and then he started investing from there. जबकि उस टाइम मुझे ऐसा लगता था यार क्या चलो चलते हैं ना, हॉलिडे कर लेते हैं इस पैसे का या कहीं खर्च. But he had this thing, this vision of investing that money even back then. And of course he made mistakes, but that discipline that he's talking about, not because he's my husband, but because I have known him for so long and I have seen that consistency, that discipline is very important. And one more thing you mentioned was फिजूल के खर्चे. अभी ये फिजूल के खर्चे क्या होते हैं? क्योंकि लोगों को तो लगता है मुझे ज़रूरत है इस चीज़ की, मुझे बैग की ज़रूरत है, मुझे लेटेस्ट आईफोन की ज़रूरत है, I need it.
So we are talking about needs and wants.
Yeah.
Okay, there are needs and there are wants. And while I always advocate कि आपकी life comfortable और अच्छी होनी चाहिए, but after a certain point, you have to define what is अच्छी. For somebody, 2 cars parked outside is अच्छी. For somebody, 4 cars parked outside is not so अच्छी because they want a more fancy car or a more fancy phone or more fancy clothes or more fancy shoes. There is no end to it. How I define that is that firstly, you should be able to live within your means after being comfortable. The other thing is that today, if you want to buy your luxury, however many luxuries you want to buy, you go ahead and buy. Don't even think twice. Provided
it should come from your.
Provided you have been able to create assets which is making you money even while you're asleep. तब आपको वो जूते खरीदने हैं, वो फोन खरीदना है, वो गाड़ी खरीदनी है, वो हॉलिडे करनी है, बिजनेस क्लास में जाना है, आपको जो करना है करो. बट जब आपने वो एसेट्स बना लिए हैं जो अपने आप, इट्स मेकिंग यू मनी इवन व्हाइल यू आर asleep, then you do what you want. Until that happens, please plan it. And when you plan it, see, you don't want to be working and be under pressure at 65. The idea is to be not working under pressure and have a life of your own. And while I absolutely agree that nobody should stop working because your brain needs to think and be excited for the next day.
But you don't need to physically go to office.
But imagine
be pressurized. Yeah.
Imagine if I have to go to office tomorrow just to get my son or my daughter admitted in a college. of their liking, or I have to do this just to do something which is necessary. There are negotiable goals and there are non-negotiable goals.
हमने last time बात करी.
We spoke of this, and let's get this very clear. Children's education, medical expenses, savings, these are non-negotiable because you're not going to take any chances. Negotiable goals, of course, I wanted a 4-bedroom holiday home. It turned out to be a 3-bedroom. I wanted a 7-seater. It turned out to be a 5-seater car. It doesn't really matter because you have time to do that. आप अपनी लाइफ अगर इस तरह से प्लान कर सकते हो. एंड द अदर थिंग दैट आई हैव लर्न फ्रॉम यू ओनली इज डिलेड ग्रैटिट्यूड. ओके, डिलेड ग्रैटिफिकेशन. What is it? What is the word?
Delayed gratification. Yeah.
Delayed gratification. You don't need everything that you need right now. Can you delay it for a year?
You've
Or
not
by
learned
6
it
months?
from me. I've learned it from you because I used to be a very impulsive buyer. I like a phone. I like a camera. I want to buy it right now because I've seen some 10 in-depth reviews and I'm like, oh my God, this is what I need. But then I realized that no, it has to be delayed. And yeah, I've learned it now.
You know, I'll tell you, this game of wealth creation is a very interesting one.
Yeah.
Okay, I told you there is no bigger joy than seeing people and helping people grow. While it seems very difficult, it is not. Let me tell you that it is not. It is not a rocket science. It is not very difficult.
Yeah.
All you have to do is have 2 or 3 things in order and stick to it. Now, when I say stick to it, क्या है वो? आपका discipline. I have spoken of this many times. आपकी consistency. I have spoken of this many times. और आपकी life to be able to have the ability कि आप अपने within the means, within what you have, if you are happy. I am not saying don't have aspirations. Don't think of that holiday. Don't think of that car. Don't think of that big house. No, by all means think. But by thinking, you have to do something. Actions speak louder than words. जब आप इस पे मेहनत करोगे, आपको 5-10 साल अगर आप डिसिप्लिन से काम करना चाहते हो, कर सकते हो, you will be surprised what returns you can get. But because you are interested in showing कि भाई मैं अपने फ्रेंड को आज दिखा दूं.
इन्फ्लुएंसर कल्चर की वजह से, बिकॉज आई हैपन टू बी इन दैट जर्नी, ये इन्फ्लुएंसर कल्चर मतलब पीपल एक्चुअली टेल मी आपको तो ये करना चाहिए क्योंकि आपकी फॉलोइंग है. अब वो चीज सिर्फ दिखाने के लिए मेरे 20,000 25,000 रुपए ज्यादा खर्च होंगे, लेकिन आपको ऐसा करना चाहिए क्योंकि आप एक इन्फ्लुएंसर हैं. तो ये ऑफ कोर्स मैं तो नहीं करती हूँ बहुत सी चीजें, लेकिन ये जो एक थॉट प्रोसेस है ना, सो आई सी यंग girls and boys falling into this luxury trap when they can't afford it. iPhone आपने 1.25 लाख रुपए का फोन है और आप कमा रहे हो 40,000 रुपए या 30,000 रुपए और आपने EMI पे 1.25 लाख का फोन लिया. I know such people.
To answer your questions, I'll give you 2 pointers. One, only buy something when you can buy 10 of them. आप iPhone तब खरीदे जब आप 10 खरीद सकते हो, तब आप एक iPhone खरीदो. ठीक है, iPhone और एनी अदर फोन और एनी फॉर दैट मैटर एनी अदर गैजेट,
कार और एनीथिंग. हाँ,
जब तक आप 10 नहीं खरीद सकते,
आप अफोर्ड नहीं कर
अपने आप को इतना ज्यादा स्ट्रेच करने वाले हो कि आप अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते, एंड यू आर गोइंग टू फॉल इनटू दैट ट्रैप ऑफ द डेट ट्रैप. तो वो आप अपने साथ मत करो प्लीज. यू ओwe it to yourself. दूसरी चीज, डोंट ट्राई एंड शो दैट यू आर रिच.
बी रिच.
Okay? When you try and show that you are rich, then you are buying things only to impress others. Now, as a matter of fact, अगर आपने मुझे दिखा भी दिया कि आपके पास एक पर्टिकुलर फोन है, एक पर्टिकुलर घर है, एक पर्टिकुलर गाड़ी है, ठीक है, I might even get impressed for 2 minutes. But what is that giving you? It is giving you zilch, zero, nothing, not. लेकिन जब आपके पास अपनी wealth actually है कि आप 10 घर खरीद सकते हो, अब आप जाके एक घर खरीद रहे हो, can you imagine the peace of mind then? Can you imagine the idea of freedom then?
True.
And believe you me, freedom, whether it's financial or otherwise, it's the most priceless, it's the most beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
So I only advise through this program of yours, and otherwise, please try and be free. And for freedom, nothing comes easy. You have to work a little harder, but it's possible. सब हो सकता है.
Thank you so much, Aditya, once again for this beautiful talk. Now is the time to actually think about where you are headed. The times ahead are not very easy. There is so much happening. There is so much changing. AI has come in. Technology is changing. There are jobs that we don't even know of which will be there in the future. And actually, the future that you're deciding for your child might not even be there when your child grows up. It could be a totally different world. So, to be ready for that world, the only thing that you have to have is financial security, because everything starts and ends with money. And use this very intelligently, use the tools available very intelligently, invest intelligently, and understand how you are living your life today, because it is going to affect your life tomorrow.
Like I always said, and I'll end this program, that the time to start investing
Is
is now.
now.
Please ask
Ask
us
us
how, or ask anybody you want to, but please start now.
This is by no means trying to uh, promote him or promote anything that he is doing. It's just a topic that I wanted him to come out and discuss with everyone like he discusses with me, because it's extremely important for all of us to understand. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and thank you.
Thank you,
Let's
Bhavya.
have lunch now.
Absolutely. Thank you.